What's up, everyone? I'm Joe from Within the Ruins, and I'm blowing it up on Capital Chaos.
Now, you guys are from Westfield, Massachusetts?
Westfield, yep.
Home of Killswitch Engage, is that correct?
Yep, those guys are from close to there, yep.
And other luminaries as well.
We got Killswitch, All That Remains, Acacia Strain. A lot of good bands, man. A lot of good bands out of the area, so.
And it's a small town, like 40, 50,000, is that right?
Correct. I mean, all the cities are fairly close together, so I mean, it's a small town where we live, but you know, it's a big, really populated area in general, so that part of the state.
Is it a suburb that became a city, or is it more of a, I mean, it's an old place.
It's old. I mean, a lot of places on the East Coast have a lot of history, a lot of older towns. I mean, yeah, the house I live in was built in like 1900, you know, it's just a lot of history there, a lot of old shit, so.
Yeah, the house that I live in was built in 1926. It comes with a built-in ironing board. Do you have that same sort of thing?
I don't have that luxury, but that would be cool.
Do you have like old, I mean, have you lived in newer homes?
My parents have a fairly newer home, but I have my own house, and it's pretty old, but it's pretty badass. That's where the band hangs out usually. It's where we practice and write and do all our stuff. So.
Is it a raised foundation, or is it on a slab?
It's old. It's a brick foundation, actually. It's like 2 layers of brick. Kind of weird. And then there's like a crawl space where it's just dirt, so, you know.
Have you gone under the crawl space?
Yeah. I went over there to work on stuff. It's an old house, so. Yeah.
Right on. Now I noticed you guys were working out a little bit. Is that something that your band or you?
We try, man. We try to work out. Me and Jay and Tim in our band try to when we can, and fortunately enough, when we met up with Danza, Carnifex, and Oceano, all those dudes were pretty much, they were into it too. So we try to have like a decent tour workout here and there. When
That's awesome.
You got to do something, man. Sitting in the van all day, eating fast food, and
you can only surf the internet for so long before you.
Right.
You can only see this. There's only so much to watch, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It makes you feel better, healthier.
It does, yeah.
Your new album, Invade, fucking kicks ass.
Thank you.
It's hard to say it kicks any more ass than Creatures, because Creatures was a badass album.
Sweet, thanks, man.
And now it seems like it's a little more structured than Creature.
Yeah, I think we paid attention a little bit more to the structure. Instead of just throwing a bunch of shit together that sounded cool, like that worked too, but we wanted to do something that was a little bit more, people, can listen to it a little bit easier, because some people are like, what the fuck is this, So.
A little more accessible, you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
And do you think you achieved that?
I hope so.
The accessibility of it all.
I think so. I think we can still do better, but I mean, it was a step in the right direction,
Did you exhaust your creativity for the moment when writing Invade?
I think after writing Creature, we were definitely, I was a bit tired. I mean, it always takes, like, we're always writing, and but after you're done with an album and go in the studio and it's like a year process. Once you're done, it's like 2 months off to just do nothing, don't write, don't really do anything, and you'll get it back eventually. So like even right now, we just did that EP that's coming out soon, and we had a few songs that we had been, fooling around with during Invade but never got to, so we kind of did them up for the EP. And then, we've been out for 3 months now, and we're already ready to go back at it. You just need a break sometimes. So.
Can you go back? Because your album's only been out for less than a year, right? Invade?
Yeah, it came out in August 29th of last year. So.
Okay, so it's been less than a year. Is the 2-year cycle, is that like a minimum on albums, or is that up to your own decision?
It's like it's a maximum, actually.
Oh, okay.
Like most labels want you to get stuff out like 16 to 18 months after you release an album. So we never felt pressured really, but we just want to keep it going as quick as possible, new music, without compromising the integrity of the music, but like keep it coming out quick. So 'cause there's so many bands out now, and it's a pain in the ass because you get lost easily. So
for sure, that totally makes sense. Do you were you listening to anything? Like when you're writing, do you shut everything else off as far as what you listen to? Or is there something that was like sticking in your whatever?
Never anything particular. I mean, I listen to a lot of music. I mean, we're driving all day, every day for a few months at a time on tour, and like, we run out of stuff to listen to. I get sick of listening to stuff sometimes.
Sure.
It's actually cool because it helps when we go to write. You're actually writing for yourself to have something to listen to. Like, it makes you want to write like interesting, entertaining stuff, I guess. So I guess it helps.
If there's anything that Within the Ruins is entertaining.
Okay, that's cool. Good to hear.
That's totally fucking, yeah, I think so, man. It's fucking awesome music. Now, are you bothered by the Sumerian Core tag, or it doesn't matter?
Does not matter to me. I've seen it. I've heard it. If anything, it's cool, you know, whatever. There's a group of bands that people kind of put together,
sure,
and that helps all of those bands, I guess, to stay relevant and, you know, be successful, or try to keep being successful. And whatever, man, it doesn't bother me. Call it what you want to call it. I mean,
absolutely.
Metal is metal.
How excited are you to be on this year's Summer Slaughter?
We're pumped, man. It's fucking awesome. Like, we've been touring for like 4 or 5 years now, and this tour with Carnifex, and we did a tour with the Plea for Purging last December. Those are really big tours for us. And Summer Slaughter, man, it's like it keeps going up, so that's awesome. I mean, we're more than excited. We're ready to go. So,
did you at all have any hopes for getting on the Mayhem, or is that something that did you attempt that?
We would have taken it. I mean, we'd take, you know, anything like that. But this just kind of fell into place, and they did the whole voting thing, and we were given the opportunity, so we went with it. And of course, you know, I mean, all the voting helped out, man, obviously, so we're definitely appreciative of all the fans and everything, and, you know, it's just an honor to be out with bands like Black Dahlia, Whitechapel, Darkest Hour, all those bands. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You'll be back here in Sacramento for that.
I think it is coming here, yeah.
Ace of Spades.
Yep.
Big-ass fucking club downtown. And now, what's the deal with Canada? Not the Chelsea Grin, Born of Osiris. A lot of people. Is it?
It's a pain in the ass, man.
Is it a criminal thing?
No, it's well. The last time that the whole band didn't get to go was because of work visas. When we went with Carnifex, it was pretty smooth. All the bands went together, and you know, so there was like 30 people in the office there. You know, once you go through the border, so I feel like it was kind of like intimidating also, almost, you know, because they got all these people, you know, waiting to go in, and they checked all our backgrounds and all that shit, and like they did question visas, because if you're playing at bars or restaurants, it's a gray area. And
what do you mean?
You're technically supposed to have work visas to play at these places, but a lot of bands try to just go and say, you know, we're not, you know, we don't need work visas. It's not going to be an open bar while we're there. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And it's really expensive for visas and stuff like that. So it's hit or miss, man. We all got in, no problem last time. They, you know, checked our passports. Cool, go ahead. The other time we went, searched our van trailer, went through all our merch, had to pay for all our merch.
Right.
The other time they just denied us because we needed work visas. So it's a pain, man.
You're basically at the mercy of whatever side of the bed they woke up that day, or
pretty much.
Huh?
It's what it seems like. It's, you know, it's whoever's I don't know, man.
Whoever's on duty that day.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that sucks.
It really sucks.
But I mean, is there any way for you for bands to be more obviously visas, right? If everybody had visas, then be no problem, right? Or there'd be something else
most of the time, but it's just like if you're coming through at like 2 in the morning by yourself, van and trailer, they're bored. They'll, even if you have all your shit, they'll just hold you there until they, you know, if they're bored, they'll search all your shit, whatever they want to do, you know, and it's still to their discretion. They don't have to let you in no matter what your paperwork says or what you got. So it's weird.
That sounds weird, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Now, this is you're wrapping up this tour with Carnifex.
Yep.
How's this been for you? One of the bigger tours that you've been on, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Any new milestones on this one, or?
Just the consistency of the shows, you know, like last year we did a lot of hit and miss shows, and good shows, bad shows. This tour has just been great, you know, and all the dudes on it are awesome. The bands on it rule. It's just been like one of the most smoothest tours for us so far. So, and yeah, we're getting a lot more recognition just being on flyers with the, you know, Danza and Oceano and Carnifex. There's a million people who don't know about us, so if they happen to know about the other bands, they see us, you know, and it shows, you know.
It's awesome. Yeah. You guys seem like you're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, well, that's the plan, yeah.
Except for maybe the drummer.
The drummer?
Now, the drummer whose name is Drummer.
Right.
Is there a reason? Is he
he's the main dude, man.
He's the main dude.
Me and Drummer went to high school together, and we started the band in like 2002-ish, kind of. So, I mean, it wasn't serious right away, but it's always been me and Drummer in the band, so.
Well, how come you're not singer?
How come I'm not singer or guitarist or whatever?
Right.
It's a nickname that just kind of, it's really weird, but
okay.
It was from, in high school, like I said, man, everyone called him Drummer Dude or Drummer Kid, and it really just stuck, even everyone on the tour calls him Drummer. He introduces himself as Drummer. It's really weird, but.
Right, I was trying to find some information about you on the internet. I thought, well, maybe they have a new drummer and they just don't want to name him. And everywhere I looked, and I looked on the album cover, Drummer, and I was like,
it creates a bit of confusion sometimes,
I think it's just like
it's
a
pretty
mystique
funny.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's like, who is this drummer guy?
Yeah. We think it's pretty
King
funny.
Diamond or something like that. Great metal bands on Victory right now. More so than in the past. I mean, they've always had good bands on Victory.
Yeah.
Just different, I guess different eras produce different kinds of music.
Right.
A little more harder now. I mean, it seems like obviously A Day to Remember is paying the bills, probably. A Victory.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they're doing good, so.
You have a lot of good bands like Mythology and Wretched.
Yeah, they're always, Wretched's awesome. We're good friends with them, man. We did a lot of tours with them. When Creature came out in 2009, we actually did like 3 tours in a row with Wretched because their album, we got signed at the same time. We kind of hit each other on MySpace, like we hit each other up. And yeah, we did like 3 or 4 tours with them, so it's cool. They're good dudes. They're doing good, so. Yeah,
that new album of theirs is off the hook.
Yeah, it's badass.
It's really
good.
Yeah. Very melodic, really musical like you guys in a way.
I think more actually. I mean, they're ridiculous at what they do. They're awesome. So
they're incredible.
Yeah.
You guys are not, not the same for sure.
Definitely different styles, you know.
Sure.
But.
And then, how important is God in your life?
I was brought up going to church and CCD and all that stuff, and just never really. I just kind of went through the motions. I don't know. I mean, my family's not that strict or religious, but I'm not against it. I just don't know, really. It's just kind of whatever for me.
And then finally, the 21st is supposed to be the end of the world, yet again, where the evangelical Christians are saying that all of them will be sucked up into the sky to go live with. Like you said, we don't really quite know.
Right.
Where would you like to be when the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse hit the ground running?
I don't know, man.
You like to die in your sleep, or?
That'd probably be a good way to go, I guess. That'd be easy.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll go with that.
Right on.
And then, I don't know. When you die, you die. That's what I think. So.
Worm food.
Yeah. That's it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And be the ones that follow. We've got knowledge today, and we want chaos.